This game I got pretty tilted because of Morgana. It's really annoying.
Yeah, no, Morgana is like really annoying to play against and really hard to kill. Yeah, but I feel like this Morgana is just gonna be like shoving waves while she's playing. So you can just like just farm up and trying to hold like the lane around here. Okay, so you don't EQ minions on the turret.
Oh, okay, yeah, I missed a lot of minions because of it.
Yeah, I like that minion you can't really do anything about. Add one, auto E, just like you do. Like that's what you should be doing on like basically all caster minions on the turret. Auto E.
Oh, yeah, I
Because
missed
your
that one.
Q puts them like less than the turret damage. So you're gonna lose most minions if you Q through the wave, unless you can actually like auto E every single one of them before the turret shoots.
Ah, okay.
And that's just like knowing how to farm on Yasuo. Which is something I highly recommend learning because it's really easy. Because Yasuo E and Q is like short cooldowns, so they're really good for CSing. Because using them doesn't mean that oh now I can't trade in lane. It's like oh I you can still trade even though you don't have it up. So yeah. Okay, and here, tell you a big secret here. When these two waves hit the lane, right, you just want to shove the wave
During Cannon Wave?
during like right now, because like this wave is gonna shove to her, right? There's nothing you can do about it,
Yeah.
and even if you don't do anything, it'll get to her side before the next minions come. So you just want to get it into her turret. So the next wave, it'll
Oh,
start
okay.
coming back towards you again. And you could even like recall if you like to do it fast. So like here where you're just like playing back here, you just go in on the minions. Like you don't care about your HP, because here I would just recall.
Just back here?
Just back here. Like you should have
Okay.
like you have enough gold to buy another Doran's blade and a pot. And so you just use the W on the minion, so you could have easily recalled. If you had done it fast, you could have recalled very easily.
And came back without like missing anything.
Yeah, like or like missing like 2 minions or something, but you're already like slowly poked out the lane, so it doesn't really. So doing it like do that. Like this gank would have been basically the exact same if you had done it, because you would have gotten back. Lane would have been around the same spot.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I recall. Okay, like you really like building like this item early. Like almost every replay I've seen of you play, you built this item early.
Yeah, I usually do that or Clock Tower because like I usually build into Death Stance either way, so
Yeah.
I like just building it.
Yeah. Like I, because I have a really aggressive playstyle, so I just want like the attack speed as quick, like attack speed and damage as quickly as possible.
Okay.
And you didn't need to buy, but
Yeah.
you know that. Like I don't need to explain to you. Nice. You win will not attack save them. Shove the wave and recall, and then you get Berserker Reaves. Like at least for mid lane, like top lane is kind of different for Yasuo, but for mid lane, your Yasuo is like a really good like bully towards most ranged champions,
Okay.
because you
Oh, I missed.
yeah you miss cannon attacks. Everyone misses cannons, but like if you're missing like a lot of minions on the turret, go into practice tool. Like you can just set a dummy here, wait for your minions to crash into the turret, die, and then you remove the dummy, and then those minions hit your turret, and you can learn CSing on the turret.
Okay.
At least if you're like really struggling with it, which kind of seems to be the case. So I personally don't like placing a pink ward here because it's too hard for you to defend. Like this,
She's one.
because like she just has to stand here to take it.
Yeah.
Like you can't contest it. If it's here, she at least has to go all the way down here. Yeah, and like it's that's something that I don't do really unless like you have really hard jungle control,
Better
which you
just
don't
put in the
have this
middle
game.
bush.
And here it's kind of like I don't know.
There, should I have like gone down to help him with the dragon before the fight?
The thing is, you either go and help it right instantly, or you go back and shove mid lane.
Shove the whip. Okay.
Because by you hovering here for so long, you just show like you just show that oh my jungler is somewhere bot side and I'm walking with him.
That makes sense.
Because otherwise like you would be back in mid lane, right? Like if the dragon thing wasn't being taken, you would be in mid lane, right? Like
And
that's
she would miss XP and stuff.
yeah. Like just generally, like it also goes like if you think that the enemies should be in mid lane right now, but they're not, and you know they just got vision like around dragon, you could probably like oh they're taking dragon.
Mhm.
So that kind of just shows the enemy that you are taking dragon, which means that oh, also because Lee Sin queued here over here, like pretty sure like he was probably seen on the wall. So yeah, and ball lane shop then could rotate up. Like you can't do anything in this fight. The best thing you could have done was just instantly go mid lane and start shoving the wave, hoping Morgana would stay mid, and that the enemy would play it slower. But after that, like there's not a lot you can do. Because not like if you go down there to find help the dragons, you go over this 100% showing them that you're on the dragon. Bot lane had priority, like the enemy bot lane had priority, because they were shoving in the wave. Mid lane was kind of like both could go because it was in the middle of the wave. That means it's basically a 2v4 here, if the enemy jungler is bot side, or it's a 2v3. Like this is like the game where you're like, it's like when you're in the lane, like you're playing fine, but then you try and move out of the lane so often, and you
Okay.
lose like a lot from it. You do like really often. Like right here, you're like playing it slow. Here you mess up. Like it happens. You should have probably like
I think the
dashed through
Jax
this
flashes.
minion and then dashed through that minion.
I was gonna try to dash it down, but I feel I messed
I
up.
know. I see what you were going for. I think if you like EQ through that one, then it's much easier to set up for the next one. Also means that you put more distance between you and him.
Okay. I don't know how to do the dash where you dash like through the big minion through the thick wall.
Yeah, no, like that's a hard dash. Like I can do it because I fucking practice that shit so much, but no, like just dashing through this minion basically puts you like you'll end up around like here, and you can just move down and dash over. You can move up and dash through this wall still, but it just puts more distance between you and the Jax, and they don't get the chance to attack the camp and pull it out, so you can't do the dash anymore, because then you have the aggro on the camp.
Okay.
Yeah. So now you're just letting him shit. There's not a lot you can do about it. What top side?
Yeah, I think after the Jax came down, I tried playing more safe because I didn't know where
Yeah, no, like
Jax
that's
dragon
good.
was.
It's really hard to kill Morgana because of her spell shield. Like Yasuo's still good into her just because. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that she has her ult, like you can just stick on her and her spell shield only stops like the Q for a little bit. It doesn't block any damage.
Yeah, that's true.
Missed the cannon again.
Oops.
Did I put sidestep?
you guys got solo killed.
Yeah, no. It's just because it's hard to play into poke. Luckily, Lee Sin gets the minions. Otherwise, it would have been really bad for your team. Alright, so here, right? Right now, she's back in lane. Like, you're too far away. He already backed off. Like, you should just not go for this.
Okay.
It's just the case of if Lee Sin had kept fighting, or like you had kept walking up, you
Yeah.
could have fought it. But because of like you played it too slow, it allows not only Morgana to push the wave, it also allows her to react and the Hecarim to react. And this guy gets Q up again and then just jumps out, meaning that Lee Sin can't ult him anymore, which means you just can't get a free ult off him. And then like the enemy team shows up and now it's 2v3. And Jax is really far ahead. Hecarim is just a broken ass champion right now. And Morgana makes it really hard for you guys to actually play a fight properly. Which means you just lose the fight.
Yeah, she kind of ran into us and then clicked R, and then
Yeah.
she did the stopwatch.
Yeah, like you can't do much into that because you can't deal with Jax because Hecarim is just broken, so you can't deal with him either. And then there's Morgana who just runs up and presses R, and then you can't stay still and fight. You have to get off the R range, or you lose the fight anyway. So it's just like you don't win the 3v3. So either you need to hard commit to catching like the Jax here, or you just walk back to lane so you don't, because I think you lose
Okay.
almost like 2 waves with CS. And of course like dying up here, and like your team also dies because of it.
That makes
Like,
sense.
yeah. Again, it's just looking at when is the time to actually like roam for stuff. But like when she gets back into lane, it's like okay, she's gonna hard chop the wave. Then you either choose to hard commit instantly, or you go back to the lane. Like as long as you're not already as long as you're not in the fight, right? You can always just choose to go back. Like you're here. It takes like
Yeah.
I'd say like 10, like 12 seconds to come back to here. Which is about what it takes for her to push the wave, so you would have caught the wave anyway. So now you lose the cannon wave for it. It's like even if, like that's around like double what you've gotten from an assist gold. You would actually like need to get the kill to get more gold from the roam. On top of that, there's the XP, which you just straight out lose out on. So, like I'd say, almost only roam when you need to do the roam, or when you can roam where the roam fails, but like you don't lose anything from it. Like if you get down to here, and the minion wave is in your turret, you obviously fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Because I think roaming is a really good strategy. You just need to know when you can, like when do you have the option to roam, because you can't roam all the time. Like right now, like nothing's happening in lane. Right now you could like go into here, ward, help your jungler out. Like go check is there any camps up top side. Like that tells you if Hecarim is gonna be top side, if he's gonna go bot side.
Oh yeah, true.
Instead you're just standing here. Obviously, like if you go into Fog of War and he's there, you're gonna die, so you wanna play it safer. But then you just check bot side because that's where Lee Sin is. So you just like go in and like ward in here, like use like check if the plan is, then you can like check if like Rump is there, or if they're walking bot side. Because a lot of stuff you can do even though there's no minions in your lane. And again, like you walk down because you wanna help out with the fight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But it takes so long for you to get there that like the actual fight of part of it should basically be over by the time you get there.
That's true.
Like
thought
you
we were just
going
gonna
there like it
kinda-
makes him back off. Like obviously, but for that, like you lose a wave, you lose the turret, etc. Because she had the herald, So you leaving her lane means that she basically gets the turret no matter what. She probably gets it either way if you're there, but you can at least like pressure long enough for her not to use it.
I could have saved the second tier, I think.
Yeah, you gotta say second tier. You could have maybe saved the first tier even, but it would have been like super low anyway. So it probably died either way, but you just lose like a minion wave and 2 turrets to try and roam where it's like, okay, your team could just back off and not die either way. So I think what you're doing is you're looking at the fight and thinking, oh, if I'm here, we win the fight. But you don't take into account like the 15-20 seconds it take you to get there.
Yeah.
Right? So like you evaluate here, like, okay, is there going to be a fight? And like, yeah, there's going to be a fight. Like you see the descent here, you know he's gonna try it. So you start
Yeah.
walking down, and then like when you get to around like this area, you should reevaluate. Okay, where's the fight going now? Is the fight basically over? Do my team need me to be there? If like yes, like this, like, oh, Morgana TP down, or like Jax TP down, like yeah, you could keep walking to like make sure the team doesn't die. But it's like, oh, okay, it's just Hecarim here. My team can walk it out. Or you just go, show him, he backs off, and then you run, just straight run back to mid lane. If you think your team is going to die from him. You just overstayed so long to get like one wave where you split the XP like between 4 people.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I hope it does. If you have any questions, just ask me. Cause I'm just kind of talking right now. Rambling even. Yeah, going
Oh.
fine. Fine. Hmm. How much gold do you have? You don't have enough for basically anything. Lee Sin is robbing you. Feels bad. What?
Accidentally went off,
Yeah.
I think.
Probably, it's fine. Wait.
Probably should just
So
backed.
I'm no, I'm not. Like I don't know why you were trying to back. Cause what you should be doing, like, you're like 1200 gold right now, right? After the
Yeah.
grump, you were like 180, most likely. Um, so right here, you either want to go mid lane to catch the wave right of this, or you want to go up and help like your team try to catch someone. Like there's like backing here is kind of like because you don't get anything from backing. Like you don't have a power spike. Infinitius is 1300 gold,
Oh yeah, that's true.
so you're not really like you're basically backing for nothing. Like you have full HP. Like you and like you showing up late to the fight is like really bad, obviously. Like either like when you take this, like you either go here to like help your team, or you go mid lane to catch the wave. Like those are your 2 options. Backing is not the option at all, unless you had 1300 gold, because then you back to get a power spike. Instead, you sell your Doran's blade. That doesn't make sense at all.
It's not worth to sell it.
No,
Right.
because you get enough gold just by waiting.
Oh.
Like,
Oh. Oops.
I think it's like every 8 seconds you get 10 gold or something. And wait, you die around here, right? You have that long of it. You have like basically 40 seconds. You're dead. That's 8 times 5. About around 50 gold-ish. Probably like closer to like 70 gold, which is kind of what you're missing right now. So you selling
Yeah.
Doran's blade is just giving up, like just throwing away your stats. Because you could just be
I
waiting
think
until you like respawn. You will have enough gold anyway. So yeah, it's like selling Doran's Blade is 180. So you got like you got 30 gold more. So around 80 gold in those 40 seconds. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah. So just look at your like gold and think about, oh, do I need to even sell my item? Because you were gonna get the gold just from waiting. Yeah.
It's true.
Just remember that when you're looking at how much gold you have, because if you are alive, yeah, you kind of need the power spike to be like super useful. Then you could argue it's worth it, but yeah, you go up and try and like stop him, top lane, that's fine. It's just a shame that you die, huh? He's just too fat right now. I don't know why you flash over here though, you should flashing
I should
away.
disable-
Like you should either save it or flash away. You shouldn't flash into him.
yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Because like if you flash over there, like you flash towards the Sin, then the Sin just W ults him. Something along those lines, and you live. Yeah, this is the game you lose. We're like 2, 6, and 8. This was the game that I thought I was watching in the beginning. Which is why I was talking about roaming a lot, because you really did like
Oh,
a
I don't
really
like
big
it.
mess up roam like multiple times this game. Which lost like a lot for you, and like gained a lot from Morgana. So, yeah. Alright, and then for fun I also watched your Fizz game. I'm like 90% sure this is the Fizz game.
Oh.
Yes, because even though I don't play Fizz, I still think there's something like, cause
Oh yes.
the
Oh, yeah,
roaming part is really important, and it's especially important for Fizz.
so this game there was like something was lagging me like crazy. I only had 10 frames for half the game, so that's why I was like AFK on the tower trying to fix it. And then like 10 minutes in, I fixed it, and we were already kind of behind.
yeah, because I was gonna say like you're playing this like you're losing so much XP and shit, and I
Yeah.
was just like, are you just trying to play safe or something? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Cause like that's really you lose so much by playing so passive.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I was super behind most of the game.
Yeah.
I didn't like a lot of CS and stuff.
Okay. Well, luckily like this UD is like popping off this game if I remember.
Wait, how'd actually do within this game?
Oh, what are you doing with the UD? 2 overboosted.
I didn't realize you didn't be until after I
Just
came back.
disrespecting him like you do no damage. Um, no wait, okay, I was gonna say, if you
I
don't
could
have
back
the FPS problem, you wanna wait until he throws his card before you E. But because of your FPS problem, doing the E first is good, because then you don't miss it. Because you can just E his like blue card, red card, stun card every single time if you want.
That's true.
And this man is just coming in to take this hit because he knows you're AFK.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, I just told him to grab my waves because I can't get it.
He's just gigas
Oh, you
for
double
everything.
killed.
Okay.
I think here's where I fix it. I'm not sure
Yeah.
though.
And you're playing aggressive, so I'm guessing this is when you fix it. Oh, and then the
Yeah, the
Guardian.
Shen saved my life.
Then maybe we go watch the other of this game.
Yeah, that game I have no excuse. I just ran it down.
Like this game is like Udia is just hard character. So yeah, so So, why are you walking down here without ult?
I just thought I could help, but it would probably better to stay mid.
I mean, I think it's better to just stay mid.
Okay.
Like, if you had ult, then yeah, because then you're like a big threat. Without ult, it's like, oh, what are you gonna do? Run into 4 people and die?
Yeah, that's true.
Um, or if it's like since I guess like you didn't know these 2 people were there. I need to see it from only red side. Otherwise, it's kind of like just me. Okay, like like at least 3 people are there. When the 4th one comes. Okay, yeah.
I think I
You didn't
wouldn't have
eat.
had to flash if
Yeah,
I eat that.
if you eat that one, but I'm guessing you just didn't notice it. This is like pretty muted color against that, so yeah. Yeah, but again, you roamed. If you had ult, that roam could have maybe worked out, because then you could have just like ulted under the turret and killed the guy.
Is it worth to like if I all in him and he uses exhaust and I don't use him, he thinks that my R?
Um, most of the time, yes. Because then he doesn't have it, and then like Udyr can just run him down because he can't exhaust Udyr anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then you can just dive him. So I'd say if he exhausts you, it's worth it. If he doesn't, you probably chunk him down to the point where you can just dive him next time you get to the turret. So yes, I'd say so, but maybe Fizz players would disagree.
I think I probably should just run away.
I mean, you either
It's
run
okay.
away or you just like. I think this like he should have. He's the dumbass for doing it.
I missed my E on him.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I
what
E'd
is he
wrong.
going to do? Run into the barrel? He just misread what he was gonna do. But I think even if you hit it, I'm not sure if you can die. So yeah. It's kind of wild of you to just. I know it is there, so that's probably why you're doing it. But you know that they're around this area, so you're just walking up to the bush without having any water is like
Okay.
super risky.
I don't know where the rest of their team is.
Like you not only don't know where the rest of the team is, but you even know like they're around that area. That my voice. You don't even know they're around that area of the map because you were like fucking.
Yeah. We had like no vision
You
of
were like,
Olaf.
oh, like they just removed your ward there. Fucking, they came over here. They took this plant. Wait, yeah, wait, no, you see them on the plant. So like you know there's someone around this area, and you're just like, yes, we go in. But because Udyr is so fat, like it works out. Because you could just easily kill this one. If he was like fucking 4-2, this would have been so bad. Like that's just like that was just like a super risky play without having any kind of wards. Oh, he's just a madman. Where is that? There goes the Fizz without ult? No, he's not. Oh, you dodged his ult. Nice. Like,
Yeah, I didn't really do that much damage because they were behind.
yeah. Like, you're super fine because you're missing so much CS, but you're missing so much CS because you couldn't play for the first 8 minutes of the game, so. Like, originally I was gonna criticize you for it, but it's like, if you couldn't play the game, you couldn't play the game. Otherwise, you should have had like 40 CS more at least right now. I'd be happy if you had 60 more, but 40 more would be fine.
Yeah, I don't know how the TF only had 99.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, he's got dived a couple of times, but I think he's just not that good at CSing. He lost like 3 minions in this like 5-minute wave. Well, there was no one trying to kill him at all, so I don't know, he's just bad. Alright, but I think we go to another Fizz game then. Let's see how when you actually get to play the lane.
I think I still did bad.
You probably, yeah, probably, but let's see how it actually looks when you're playing. It's such a long name. Please tell me. Yes, I have it up here. Okay, this will just be. Oh, that's the other one. Alright, so which of the two Fizz games do you want to look at? The one 2 days? Wait, they're both 2 days ago.
I think probably the first one, because that one I think I played pretty bad.
Oh, okay, so the one was just like you know you played bad and you don't. Okay. Like the only other ranked
That was
game.
against Silas, I think.
Silas is a bitch, honestly. I hate playing against him. Okay, wait. So you're switching with the Yone, right? You're just going top lane. I'm
Yeah.
guessing. Yeah.
He only popped off and almost 1v9'd. But
Yeah. He also got first blood.
yeah, I think they invaded. And Santa Fe checked the bush and she
Oh.
died.
Okay. Wait. Why do you start Eon Fizz? I'm
Is it better to start W? I
like
usually start E because, like, just in case
okay.
you try to fight or something.
I think it's fine if you actually use it to dodge his stun. But if you're using to dodge the stun, like W provides more damage, but I don't play Fizz, so. But I like if he starts E, then you probably start E as well, because you need to dodge the stun, or else he just hard out trades you, as you can see. Otherwise, you can just I think you could start W. But probably E start is probably good. I don't know. Like I just like maybe you like seeing like another player do it or something. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe it's more of why do you initiate with E level 1 instead of just using it to back off?
It's true. I didn't think about. I didn't know he started E, so he dodged me with E.
Yeah. Right, so the thing about Silas is you're going to lose every single trade against him. That's how Silas works. I'm sorry. I'm missing something. Oh wait, oh yeah, I do have no HP. I don't know why you're fighting. So if you're like, I don't play Fizz, right?
Yeah.
So this information might be wrong, might be right. I'd suggest like looking at how other people play Fizz, but look at how much mana you have before you go in.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was completely out of mana.
Yeah, because I
Uh,
was I was like I couldn't see when you used E, and I thought I just missed it, but you just didn't have the mana for
yeah, I
it.
was gonna
Okay,
use E to dodge, but I realized I
so
was completely out of mana.
the thing about Silas is his W heals him like multiple hundreds of HP early game when he's low on HP. So trading him is actually super bad. Unless you
Uh,
can like do it really quickly and get out before he gets to press W, before he realizes it.
like usually on Yasuo, I can usually win trade with him even with through his W, but
Yeah, but that's because you're Yasuo. Yasuo can like play any duration of trades and do well in them, basically. Because like his cooldowns are so short and they don't really require anything, so you can always play like as long as you want the fight to be as Yasuo. Fizz, you have like very set like duration of a fight you can actually play. It's like, oh, your E 13 seconds cooldown, your Q 8 seconds cooldown. Like the cooldowns
yes.
are just too long. So you can do like one combo and it's like, oh, he's either low enough for you to kill or you walk out.
Do you ever go TP mid lane like on Yasuo or Echo or anyone?
Um, good what?
Do you ever go like TP mid?
Oh, I on Echo I go TP a lot. On Yasuo
Uh,
I almost never go TP. So for me the point of TP is I'm gonna I'm gonna get shit on early game so hard that I don't get to play, and I need to back to get these specific items so I can actually like do something in the lane, or I can get some kind of like
okay,
lane thing. On Yasuo it's like, oh well, I also because Echo can split push really well compared to
that's
Yasuo.
true. On
So
hard matchups on Yasuo, should I ever go TP or is it still better
uh,
to just go?
I don't think I'll ever go TP on Yasuo.
Okay.
I think Ignite is better in like 99% of cases, and sometimes you can go fence if you want. Exhaust sometimes works. I think TP and mid lane on Yasuo is not worth it because you're rushing boots anyway. So as long as you like play lane well, you should just be able to run back to lane every single time and not lose much.
What matchup should I go like Conquer in versus Elite?
Uh, I mean,
Are the important ones at least?
this is kind of hard because it's kind of depending on your playstyle.
Okay. I usually go Conquer like every game, but like if
Yeah,
it's a hard
no,
matchup,
I go
I just
Conqueror
Elite.
like almost every game. I know some like someone like the Wandering Pro goes Fleet into some matchups, like Pope matchups where he can't like get actual like good trades in often. Or like if he's like, oh, um someone like I guess Syndra maybe.
Yeah. I started watching this one Yasuo player who goes Flee for work like every game.
Oh,
It's like PZ Zhang.
oh,
He's like a Korean Yasuo.
okay. Wait, are you not just dead here? What? Silence?
Yeah, no
Hello?
mana, so I was gonna fight him, but hey,
Oh wait, but you, oh wait, that's so much mana. Oh, guess that's why. Like, look, fuck, it's so dumb. He just heals all his HP.
I think I should just back tier, but I don't know why I stayed. Oh wait, never mind. I thought I get dive tier.
No, like, you, they probably could. They might have been able to dive you, but you just stand around here. Look, if Thais doesn't walk up, you get the CS. If not, you just back off. Cause you really, you can't afford like that's basically like 2 waves worth of XP and gold. You would have given up. So if you don't have to, you really don't want to give it up. Okay, and then here. Yeah. Revolt.
I think I whiff a lot of ult.
Yeah, no. I'm guessing you're pretty new to this.
I haven't played him in a while, but I
Yeah.
used to play him, but
Okay.
not used to
I'm
him.
just kind of trying to figure out. I don't know. So you see this happening. You're gonna give up the CS to help, right? That's your plan. When she gets to here, you should just turn around and just say, "Okay, Lilia's safe. That's good." Because she's already half HP. Like you're not gonna win a
Yeah.
fight with her, most likely, unless you hit her like a really nice ultimate. Like the only reason this guy gets low is because he tanks 2 turret shots.
Yeah.
And that's literally ending because she shouldn't have smited him at all. Because when she smites him, he gets out of the sleep and then he can just do stuff again. Luckily he messes up, but yeah, but as soon as like you walking up here means that you push a Kane off. So that's good. When Kane is already over here and she's over here, like she's out, like the fight is basically over. And it's not like you're gonna kill the Kane alone. Especially not when your lane can just walk up with you. So you just kinda wanna walk back to lane.
I think here's where I get dived. Or
Yeah, I guess so. Like you don't have ults.
oh, never mind.
Oh, you stay to dodge still. Nice. Okay, so you missed this entire wave just because you decided to like trade onto Silas.
Okay.
At least I'm guessing you trade onto right here, right? Yeah. You don't. If you don't queue in here, you could probably stay for like the wave that comes. Then you have like 200ish more HP. Like we're basically like half HP. And then like you dodge his ult. So now here you would have basically been like around 700-800ish HP. Which and he has no mana, so he can't kill you.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize he had no mana.
Yeah, so you could have just stayed in lane. Like if you even like when you're that low on HP, like if Kane decided to come, like he was top side, you could have seen because like her, but like generally, like if you were half HP and you're playing Fizz, like you could stay on the turret because of UE.
Yeah, it's true.
So you should probably stay this way because you're missing like a lot. Like you basically just missed like 1.5 waves, and one of those waves was a cannon wave. Like you're putting yourself so far behind of like like weird times where you go out of your lane and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't really want to walk up against Asuka. I didn't know where the cane was.
Yeah, no, like you shouldn't be walking up to the Silas, but
At
because
least walk
because of
for
what
the
you
XP.
did, right? Like the second wave crashed into the turret, meaning only 3 minutes were alive, which means that the wave will push back into him. So you don't get to walk up, all because you backed at a bad timing. So the reason why King even has the possibility of ganking you at all, and you not being able to walk up, was just because you backed at the wrong timing, and then you went all the way down here instead of going back to the mid lane.
So I lost a lot of XP
You
and stuff.
lost a lot of XP, and then you lost even more XP because you couldn't walk up in lane anymore because it's on his side of the map now. Like like you're gonna take like a lot of poke. You really need to dodge his stun with your E. Otherwise, you hard lose every single trade. And if you do, you probably still lose the trade because it's Silas. Yeah, no.
Oh, I think the Fiora flashed.
Yeah, but like even if Fiora doesn't even need to be here, you die either way. Like like Silas may just double you. You could just double your auto attack you, you're dead. So you know, I don't get why you greed there, but you don't greed when you have like almost half HP. I think you're just not thinking
I
about it.
think before I thought the cane was still gonna try to dive me, but
Yeah, but like
I didn't know Fiora was here. I didn't look at the
no,
map.
even if Fiora wasn't there, you still die.
Uh, I think I had my E up, so I was just gonna try to Q the E immediately.
Yeah,
But I guess I would have got one shot.
Like he doubled you for like almost all your HP. All Fiora hit you with was, I'm pretty sure at least. We'll just go back and check. But I'm pretty sure just hits you with Tiamat. That's it. That's all she hits you with.
Yeah, I think she just flash queued and then it didn't kill me though.
That's let's just like just like speed up when she comes. Very easy way to check if she's a Q. She actually does hit the Q. How much damage? That's like 268 damage.
Oh, I guess I would have still just dead.
I'm pretty sure you were dead either way.
Okay.
Like I don't think she was necessary for you to die, but he would have got low on HP if she wasn't there. That's basically it, because he could have just walked over here after killing you, or like go over here, drop the turret aggro, and then just walk back in and kill you. Because Silas at this stage has, he's just you but better. That's
Yeah,
why
I
I hate
think he
Silas. Silas just feels like he's your champion but better. Like almost every case, it's so annoying.
he goes like I think he goes extra Revolver than full tank.
Yeah, he goes. It's kind of a weird build, but okay. So I'm gonna give you a piece of advice against Kane specifically. Like, well, first of all, like remember always dodge that guy's stun. Like almost every other ability is worthless compared to it. So I'm guessing you tried to E early, right? So he wouldn't jump in you.
Yeah.
And that's why you mess up. Generally, when he's in you, it's really you can there's a like very clear visual indicator of when he's gonna jump out.
What do you mean?
So like see,
Oh yeah, his like
it's like
side starts
real
glowing.
like his whole scythe like no matter what the skin is, there's a very clear visual indicator where it's like his scythe like grows in size instead of just like
Oh.
hanging there, and that actually was like okay he's gonna jump out in like I don't know how long it is, but like 0.5 seconds or something, and then you're like okay, and then you just time whatever like mobility you have with it to get out. The
That's
same
true.
thing you do with Echo, like oh he's gonna do that, okay, the time your ult so it hits him when he goes out. Also, you just like dodge the entire damage portion of it, and you just get out completely. Because you can dodge the entire damage of it with Echo ult. I'm not sure about Fizzy. I don't think you can dodge the damage, but you can put a lot of distance between you if you just like as soon as like when it happens, you just E out, like right at the end of it, because it's like oh he can't do anything. That's what I recommend against him. Like I see a lot of players like not reacting to that, just reacting to the fact that he's in you. And then they just
It,
start panicking and not just think about it.
I actually didn't know that like it changes whenever.
Oh, okay. Well, that's really good to know because then it's really easy to time stuff. Like, oh, he's gonna jump out right now, and it's like, oh, it's like being told, oh, the Fizz is gonna ult right now. And it's like, okay, then I just walk to the side, right? Or like, oh, you're playing Aso to get a Fizz. Oh, Fizz is gonna ult right now. Then, oh, I win wallet. Unlucky, there's no visual indicators for that. Luckily, it's a slow projectile. Yeah, but Silas is an annoying matchup. The only thing you can really do against Silas is you can try to push the wave and roam. Because you're never gonna win a 1v1 against Silas. It's not a thing.
Okay.
For like most champions at least. He just has too much sustain for you to realistically win against him. It's the same problem Echo has against him. Like for you to win against him is like super hard. Because every trade is like you deal slightly more damage, but he presses W and heals for like 100 to 200 HP in the early game. And then it's like, oh, that's half your damage. And it's the same thing for Fizz. And because your cooldowns are basically the same thing early game, that means that every time you can go in for trade, he can counter trade you. And because he his W, he'll win every single trade. The only
If you're
reason
playing
Yasuo,
Yasuo,
yeah, the reason
do
why
you ever rush executioners
um
like against Silas?
no, because I have ignite.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But getting is like if it's like Silas and they have like another champion also heals, then getting executioners like after we
Ooh,
beat
how
like
early do you get it?
it depends if it's the jungle or something, or if like oh I really need it, then I'll get it after boots maybe.
Okay.
If not, it like again it depends on like if he's a big threat of like the healing's the problem, then I'll get it after like first or second item, depending on how much of priority it is. So yeah.
And for Yasuo, do you think it's better to go like the tenacity potion, like late game, or the red potion?
Again, depends on the game.
If they allow
um,
CC.
yeah, like if it's like oh I get CC'd, then yeah you want the tenacity potion not just because it gives tenacity, but because you can't
Yeah,
use the lifesteal portion of the red part anyway if you're getting CC'd.
oh, that's true.
Um, if you have like a heavy damage build, then getting that part is also really nice. Or if like you all are like if you're so like two frontline champions and you're one of them, then getting the tenacity part is also really nice because then you just it's just a better frontliner. So it's kind of like there's the option where you're the carry, then it also depends. CC, then of course like tenacity part. If you're the carry and they don't have a lot of CC, then red pot. If you're the carry and they have like a lot of like healing reduction, then tenacity pot still. Like red pot is only when you're far ahead and you're the main carry.
Okay.
Is the way that I see it at least. Or if you're just like going to 1v1 and side lane, then you can also get it. But most of the time for team fights, the tenacity part is just better because more people will target you and it's easier to out heal it. It's easier to just have the HP instead of trying to out heal it. And by the time you get the pot, you should have at least like your core damage items, which is like at least 3 items, so you don't need the damage from it anyway. So
Do you ever go top lane Yasuo?
I have named top lane Yasuo, so yes.
Oh, okay.
I played top lane Yasuo way before I ever played mid lane. So that's why a lot of my playstyle is like come from playing top lane, which is why I probably value laning phase and like losing stuff in the lane a lot more than more other mid laners. Cause it's like if you lose like a wave in top lane or like you miss something up in top lane, you're just doomed for so long.
It's
Cause
true.
he'll sit here just freeze the
Normally.
wave and just spam ganks. Meanwhile, mid lane is like, oh, okay, it's here. Then it's like, okay, I can easily go up and just like get it on the turret and just walk back again. And most and like in top lane play also it's like, oh, you're behind. Well, you're just doomed. You're never going to kill anyone in top lane if you're behind, unless they're trying to dive you, or you get a gank.
That's true.
Uh, but I play also in Echo, and I can play both in top lane just because I play top lane so much. Oh wait, did I just randomly die? Yeah. Well, okay. So this is just like matchup. You didn't know the matchup basically. Yeah, you basically need to know more about matchups to win this game. If you knew that you couldn't fight the Silas as much, you would have been higher on HP and you could have just gotten more XP and CS in the lane.
That's true.
Okay. So wait, this is your. Well, we can't see all of it. I'll open up. I'll move your PG over here. Okay. So if you play like. Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know
This
any about.
this looks. All right. So this was like the first game I watched against Morgana, and you lost a like from this is like, oh, you need to learn roam timings because you like to roam, and I think roaming is good. It's,
When like the correct time to roam.
yes, but you need to take into consideration how long will you be gone for the roam. and how long can you be gone for the roam.
Okay.
Because if by the time you get back a wave has crashed into a turret, you need to make sure that the roam nets you personally at least one kill. Also, at least then it's just kind of breaks even. If your team gets like 3 kills off of it, then it's worth it. Or if like you're already hit, so you can sacrifice like a little bit of your gold so your bot lane wins the lane, then it can also be worth it.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
but if it's like, oh, I roam because I might get a single kill, and then you just overcommit to it for like a single kill. Meanwhile, your mid laner is just shoving in the wave. Then it's like, oh, they gained just as much as you did if you got the kill. Even more because of XP difference. So looking at like the lane, where your lane is, and how the fight is going. And then you will look at before you go for the roam, in the middle, right before you engage the fight, and then you like, and like there's a 3 punch where you choose whether you go for the roam or you just return to lane.
See if it's worth it or not.
Yeah. So like, oh, halfway there you're like, okay, I can still like turn around. Usually it's like more than it's like 75% there. Then you can still turn around and get back to lane without losing anything. If you did it properly at least. Which in like most of these games that I looked at, you could have turned around and gotten back without losing anything for like 1 minute maybe. Then looking at the fight like, oh, is the fight basically already over? Or oh, if I show up, do we gain anything or do I protect something? If like none of those things happen, then it's not worth it to go for the roam at all. Because then you're just kind of there and you're just leeching XP or gold. If you like,
That makes sense.
yeah. Um. Oh well, it's more the hard thing about it is actually starting to recognize those things. The easiest way is to just actively think about it, and then when you go for the roam, then you afterwards you look back at it and like, okay, was it worth it or not? And then you just kind of need to like keep on trying to improve at it and assess like the situation every time, and look at, oh, why did it work? Why didn't it work? Uh, that's a good way to learning it. That's kind of what I'm doing, and then also looking at how other people are doing it. It's also really good. Because then you can try and emulate it and then look, okay, why did it work for me? And then you'd be like, oh, it's because my lane state was different compared to the streamers. Like, oh, like their laner wasn't in lane, they were also going for the roam, therefore he could also go for the roam. Compared to your games where you roam, your laner is in the lane, and then he just gets free CS and XP.
That makes sense.
Yeah. In terms of builds, the only thing was really like
QSS.
QSS, almost never going exhaust. Like unless it's like against very specific champions like Zed.
If I play against Zed, do you go early cloth armor or do you just go straight Berserker Greaves?
If I'm starting, if I feel like I'm not winning the lane, then maybe. But most of the time, I just go straight Berserker Greaves. Because if you don't
Okay.
go Berserker Greaves, you're not going to like you're losing out so much damage early game that you're probably just not going to win the lane. You're basically just telling yourself that, oh, I'm not going to win this lane at all. And like settling is very winnable for Yasuo.
Yeah, yeah.
Like most lanes are winnable. So if you're starting to build defensive, it has to have a purpose outside of just I don't want to die in lane. Because if you're building the damage, you could be the one killing him in lane if you just play better than him.
Because usually on like the first back, depending on who I'm playing against, I like going like one defensive item just
Yeah,
because I'll build into death stance either way,
yeah.
and
So
it's kind of helpful for laning phase.
wait, do I have anything? Wait, I need to go on the other server because I'll just show you my account, I guess. I haven't played in a long time. I can see. I'll just show it. I don't know how it looks. Yeah, it doesn't look terrible. Like you can see, like I took like a pretty long break from this account at least, and this was a game where I played against Volleyball top lane. This is disgusting. I should have dodged the game because you can't play against Volleyball. You can be like 2-0-1 up like 30 farm and he'll still one shot you. So never bring us into Volleyball top lane. Always
Okay.
dodge it. Okay, so
When do you go like Bork versus PD top lane?
um only against like HP stacking bruisers. I'll go Brave from King early.
Okay.
Well, I think it might have been a mistake. Like I'm just trying to figure out what I can do against Volibear. Honestly, it's a super hard matchup, so I'm just trying to figure it out. So this game, I'll show you my build path. I'm even against the Fizz here. You see, like this is what I go. See, my first recall, I get Berserk Brief. Second recall, I get damage. I get Phantom Dancer. And then, because I'm just snowballing out of control, I get Infinity Edge at 40 minutes.
Oh damn.
Yeah. That's also because like I farm a lot better than you do. Like this farm, I think like 100 of it is like in the first. Wait, I can go check. I have the bot somewhere. I'm on my second one, so you can't see. So I can like see when I like how much CS I have. Okay, so in when I get my Infinity Edge, I have 100 CS at 40 minutes, and that's actually bad.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, I think 100 CS at 12 minutes is decent. But that's like my standard. I think if you're getting 100 CS at 40 minutes, that's good for you. I'd suggest getting more. Like it's always better because most of the time, like you're losing CS probably just because you're losing the CS, not because like you need to give up the CS. You're just losing it
The
for no
dumb
reason.
mistakes.
Yeah, like mistakes from like rolling bad timings. You're like walking away from the wave when you don't need to. You're not actually just not last hitting the CS like you're supposed to be doing. You're missing it for some reason. But I have a problem where I just kind of fall off on CS late game. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. Looks like most of my games I go Berserker Reefs, Phantom Dancer, Infinity Edge, Death Dance. Like that's 90% of my games. This game I go Frozen Mallet because I'm not the primary carry, so I just try and peel for my team.
Okay. Do you
Because
ever go uh BT or is it just 90% of the time distance?
um I sometimes go BT when I need to be the guy that's carrying the game, like damage wise, I'm going Bloodthirster because it's just more damage. It's 30
Oh
extra
yeah,
AD.
true.
It's a big damage buff for Yasuo. But you can see, like I didn't carry the games anyway for multiple reasons. This game I probably should have gone this stance. This game I is that the same? That's a different game. I think this game I was doing fine early game, but talent roaming. Like my bot lane got too far behind, so I need to be the primary carry. So I tried to go for it, but doesn't work out always. And there's no more games in this account. Yeah, like that's almost always the build path. Sort into Yasuo. Wait. Greaves into Phantom Dancer, Infinity Edge, Death Stance, some kind of HP defensive item, and then I almost never get the last item.
Okay. Do you ever go GA?
Sometimes it's kind of rare because it's rare it shows up because I'll sell it as soon as I die.
Okay, so you don't
Because
waste.
then yeah, so I don't like it's not very good stat wise. But I almost never go it because I'm if I die, it's almost always like I either die like right in the beginning of the fight or I get picked off. If I get picked off, then I just kind of waste the gold on the passive.
Do you like going stopwatch on Yasuo?
Um, I don't know how to utilize stopwatch properly, so I don't. it's I don't play games that usually have been able to build stopwatch items, so I don't know how to use stopwatch properly, so I don't
Okay.
almost never use it. It could be very useful if I knew how to use it. No,
You don't go to Neko?
no, I never go it on Echo.
You don't?
No, I'll show you Echo. This is basically this is top games, but this I think this is a top. This is a middling game, right? Yeah. See, like my CS on this account is fucking terrible for me.
Oh, so you go Proto Belt Nashers?
I go probable dashes. It's a very specific. It's a really this kind of weird. So these are the runes I go. You go corrupting pot early game of course, and you place like the trinket in the middle of the lane. If you want to see me play it, you can just wait, you can go to my YouTube, I guess. I like all of these games are like on 10.19 where I play. I
Okay.
go to any one of them and just like show you. So basically, what I do is I walk up like right in the beginning of the game, place this ward, because then I get Ghost Forest stack like really early. That's like 4 AP extra.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then I try and get enough of gold early game by missing as little CS as possible. I lose a shit ton this game because I get poked out super hard. So I can recall to get Dark Seal and either Amplifying Tome or Doran's Ring.
What minions do you D
I
tier?
dematerialize 2 of the back ones and 1 of the front ones.
Okay.
Because then I can one shot like the back ones with 1 Q and the front ones with 1 Q and 1 auto. Let's see if I can actually show me. Like right now, like I have like 111 AP. You can do this at like 90 AP, I think, at this point. You basically just one shot the entire wave as soon as you look at it. It's really satisfying to do. You just auto these minions once, and the entire wave's gone.
Huh.
It's and then you can just like now they have to like stay to get this entire wave or they lose a shit ton. So now I can just do whatever I want. Whether it's going up here, trying to catch someone out. I get shin I have to flash if stuff happens. But basically I get shin here. She has no TP, we dive her. And that's just because I can generate so much pressure because I can instantly shot every single wave in like 3 seconds. That's why this is like super nice to do. But I mess up this game really hard because I giga greed and I don't back. Like I have enough for protocol right now. I should be backing.
Okay. Okay.
But some of the other, but I farm terribly these games. Not early game, but like later on. 93 at 12 is fine when I look at what happened early game. So, but yeah, so look at roam timings. Try and learn them. It's going to take like a lot of thinking in the beginning. Even later on, like you should always be thinking before you do a roam. Look at where you want to roam. Look at your lane, and then try and assess it. Um, Look at how other people are doing it. Yeah. And the build stuff, it's like, yeah. You could. The thing is, like, QSS is like very situational, and it just so happened that like those 2 games, like that game, QSS would have been super good.
Yeah, I didn't.
And I think just
I was
because you're not
thinking
used to building QSS ever.
I think in my recent norms games I did it, but like I haven't.
For example, like there's like a couple of games where you just need QSS into. Um, Mordekaiser is one of them. Then there's Malzahar. And then if you're laning and you're not ahead, then any instantly becomes one. Because if you don't have it against us, you're just gonna die if you're behind. And I don't recommend playing bot games.
Oh yeah, I was playing with my friend.
Yeah,
He was doing his like milestones for the past boards. I was playing.
yeah, no, yeah. I get it. I was just like, if you're doing a tilted from rank, that's the wrong way of doing it.
No, I usually play normal games. I always take a break.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any questions?
I think I already asked the questions I had.
Okay. Okay, cause my brain is kind of dying and my throat is super dry.
Well, what time is it for you?
It's like 1:30.
Oh, well, I guess thank you for the help.
Yeah.
It's pretty
No,
helpful.
I'll also upload this video, and then I'll also link to my channel, and you can just go look at it whenever you want.
Okay, nice.
I hope, like, the beginning, like, 2 words aren't in this, but I pretty much went over the entire thing afterwards anyway, I think.
Yeah, I got everything you said.
Okay. If you have any questions, just send me DMs.
All right,
I
sounds good.
usually answer in like an hour, depending on if I'm asleep or not.